Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Riesa, Pascal. We're going to get into a little life love shopping. Ladies, I need you to listen up.
Okay.
A professional mistress who only dates married men is giving her advice on how to stop your husbands from straying, with suggestions such as filing your taxes in the back of a church to changing your hair color. We're going to take a look at her so-called expert advice.
Okay.
All right, you ready for this? The former teacher turned OnlyFans content creator who exclusively dates married men explained that she hears the same complaints from her lovers, and she believes that there are surefire ways to avoid any extramarital relations. One of her top suggestions is for you to join him in watching other people file their taxes.
Okay.
And she even takes it a step further by suggesting you become his own personal accountant.
You know what we're talking about, right?
Yes, I hope so. She also says you need to be open to a boob job, changing your hair color, and showing some butt and cleavage in public since, quote, men run away from a conservative plain Jane. She also claims you should be risky and exciting with your PDA, such as we mentioned, filing your taxes in public or at a concert, she even suggests. Now here's the one piece of advice I actually do agree with, is that it's important to communicate openly when it comes to finances. And I just found it so interesting. She had this long list of interesting advice, and then she closes with, oh, and communication.
Communication would be the best way. You know, and this is a person, obviously, that has, you could tell, has some kind of relationship issue. If she only dates married men altogether and is a homewrecker, really is what she is. If you're taking that kind of advice, none of that was be comfortable with who you are.
Right.
You know, and I think that's a big step. Number one, if somebody can accept you for just who you are, then you don't have to worry about changing, right?
And sharing that story, I know we don't take it seriously. I hope none of you take that seriously.
I hope that girl don't take it seriously.
I feel bad for her, but you know, she's doing her thing, so I don't know. Well, the internet is full of new trends, but sometimes the internet just gives a new name to something that has always existed. And that seems to be the case with pocketing. This is a new term that has emerged in dating circles on social media. Now, pocketing can refer to a wide range of behaviors that are typically seen in romantic relationships, but it usually means that your partner is closing part of their life off from you. That means the partner never gets to meet friends or family, or is essentially siloed off from the rest of their partner's life. Now, though pocketing has likely existed for generations, social media has introduced a new element for some couples, such as if your partner doesn't post any pictures of you on social media, that could be a signal that suggests you're being pocketed. And while this trend might seem fairly harmless, some dating experts are suggesting it could signal a broader health of your relationship.
Okay, which goes back to the other one. It sounds like it's just communication. If you're like, hey, we're just hanging out, then we're just hanging out. There's no need for me to do it.
Right.
Pocketing, I guess, is like you're putting something in your pocket.
Yeah, I don't post on social media too much about that kind of relationship stuff. I know there's some people that are like, we've been together 1 week, I love him so much, all that stuff.
And you always wonder about those types of people too. You kind of wonder where they're going to head with that. And again, though, I think a lot of it is you want to share that because you want everybody to know, hey, you're happy or whatever, but maybe explain it out and say, hey, here's who I've been hanging out with, or make it sound more casual so that it will not be interpreted in any other way than what it is.
Absolutely. I think there is something to be said if you're not meeting you're not getting invited to meet the family. And they do say, maybe they have a toxic family. Maybe they're trying to protect you. Don't necessarily take offense to it. But at some point, when do you think you should meet the parents?
I think it's a good, after when you've decided, hey, we're actually going to be in a relationship, we're dating, because otherwise, why would you want to advance it any further?
So not necessarily by date range, but once you're at the boyfriend-girlfriend.
I think once you realize, and you've had that conversation saying, hey, we're going steady, this is what we're going to do. I totally think that, at least.